is my brain trying to think of? Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jenna and today we are going to be doing my birthday book haul. So my birthday was Friday, April 19th. I had a fun bookish day off from work. My mom and my husband and brother and I all went out and we went to a coffee shop by us and we got coffee flights, which I can put a picture of because it was really fun and it was such good coffee. And then we went to Barnes & Noble and I got 14 books, and then we did some more shopping and had some dinner. So it was a really good day. I turned 24 for those of you who are wondering, but it was a really good day. And then the next day my friend and I went out and we went book shopping. So we went to Target and Barnes & Noble and I got more books. And I ordered some off of Amazon. So we're gonna get right into the haul. I probably won't do the synopsis of these too much just because it is a lot of books to get through, but I'll just explain to you probably why I picked them up and some other little details like that. So let's get started. Okay, so first we have the Six of Crows duology. I have the, do I have? No, I don't. I have the Shadow and Bones trilogy, but I did not have the Six of Crows duology, and I've heard that this is better than Shadow and Bone, so I'm very excited. I know that there's like a heist in the first one, and I know that these characters are extremely popular, so I'm really excited to read these. Okay, and then I got The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. So Daniel L. Jensen also wrote A Fate Inked in Blood, which I also have, and it's a warrior princess. Yes, I think it's just I just think this cover is so beautiful. It's just like, it looks like watercolor paint. It's very cool. But yeah, it's a warrior princess. I think she has some kind of mission to go on. I don't know, I've just heard really good things about this series. And I also know that A Fate Inked in Blood was also really good. Then I got The Mistake, which is the second book in the off-campus series. I have the deal, so I figured once I read the deal, I'll have the second one ready to go. This one is about John and Grace. I also want to read her Briar U series, but I'm looking for the ones that look like this because I like the frayed edges and the cartoon cover, because I think these covers are really well done, and I don't like the real people on her other ones. I don't like the covers of old covers for this series. I got Her Soul to Take. All I know is that it's dark romance, and oh my god, I didn't even realize there was a man on. I just thought it was the skull head, but like look, it's like the man's body. But I know, I was reading the back and it says like, a college student has unleashed an irresistible darkness, a soul-hungry demon who might be her only chance at survival. And then I saw like supernatural, hunting for ghosts and stuff like that. So it's Leon and Ray. So I was like, wow, that sounds great. And it's really cool on the inside too. It's dual POV as well. So yeah, anything like dark romance and supernatural. I love that. And the cover is really pretty. So this one that I got is not like a typical book that I would normally pick up, but I saw the cover and then I read the back and it sounded really good. So it is The Starless Crown. I believe it is more of like a sci-fi-ish kind of deal. Yeah, it's got like a little bit of sci-fi, but it's more of a, yeah, it's like a mix between sci-fi and like an epic fantasy. So I'll read you the back. Who will claim the Starless Crown? A gifted student foretells an apocalypse. Her reward is a sentence of death. Fleeing into the unknown, she is drawn into a team of outcasts. A broken soldier who once again takes up the weapons he's forbidden to wield and carves a trail back home. A drunken prince who steps out from his beloved brother's shadow and claims a purpose of his own. An imprisoned thief who escapes the crushing dark and discovers a gleaming artifact, one that will ignite a power struggle across the globe. On the run, hunted by enemies old and new, they must learn to trust each other in order to survive in a world evolved in strange, beautiful, and deadly ways, and uncover ancient secrets that hold the key to their salvation. But with each passing moment, doom draws closer. So it's definitely an adventure, a little bit of science, magic, fantasy, all that good stuff. It just seems different for me, and that's kind of what I was looking for, so. Then I got Red Rising. I have been meaning to pick this up. I listened to part of like all of this trilogy with my husband because he was listening to them on an audiobook and he really loved them. But, you know, he would only listen to it partly, like, in the car with me, and then he would listen to the rest at work. So I only got, like, bits and pieces of this. So I'm really excited to actually, like, read this and, like, get to know the characters myself. This is super sci-fi, so again, different for me. But I think I'm going to really enjoy it when I actually, like, listen to the full story, because I liked the characters from just hearing bits and pieces. So now that I actually get to, like read the story myself, I think I'll enjoy it a lot. But yeah, so this is kind of like, there's a type of people that are like enslaved, and this one guy, his wife is killed, and that's not a spoiler because it's on the back. So they take his wife from him, and so now he has this like hatred, and she wanted a rebellion, and so he's now kind of like being motivated to rebel because of her. So it's very sad, very sweet. A lot of good characters, so I'm excited to, you know, experience that again for myself. Then I got Hate by Tate James. I have been seeing this everywhere, and I was like, it just kept catching my eye, and I was like, well, I don't know what this is about. And all that I had to read on the back was Madison Kate Danvers was murdered tonight, and I love when like romance is mixed in with like a murder mystery subplot. I'm really excited to see this is going on because it's like someone framed her. But yeah, on the back it does say romance. So I don't know what this is going to be about at all. I think it says she was framed by these guys and she wants like revenge on them, but now they're like living in her house. I haven't read anything by this person. Interesting. I think it's going to be a different kind of romance. Like I think it's going to be maybe a wide shoes. I don't know, because there's 3 guys and then her. So we'll see how that goes. Then I bought this gigantic tome. Again, this is different from what I normally read. This thing is huge. It's really actually not that long. It's only 730 pages, which it looks massive. Like it looks like it would be 1,000 pages, but it's not. So this one caught my eye. It's Night Angel Nemesis by Brent Weeks. It was like on like the buy one get one 50 table with the Starless Crown. So I was like, oh, those both sound interesting. Like, and like something a little different from what I normally read. It says, after the war that cost him so much, Kyler Stern is broken and alone. He's determined not to kill again. And it basically just sounds like Bran needs him and he's a king and he needs to protect a magical artifact. And it says that, but some jobs are too hard for any easy conscience, and some enemies are so powerful the only answer lies in the shadows. I think this is going to be a pretty high fantasy, and I'm excited because it sounds like the main character is going to be like struggle with what he's doing, so that's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, it is a modern epic fantasy. I'm excited for that. This is going to be a series, or it is a series. It's the Kylar Chronicles, but this is the first in the Kylar Chronicles, so I'm really excited for that. That looks so much longer than it is, honestly. Then I have Hockey Romance, which, are we surprised? No. So this is Offside. I just saw it and I was like, I love chunky hockey romance. This bad boy is almost 600 pages. I love it. It says Heartbreaker, Troublemaker, and My Ex's Biggest Rival. So I think she either dates or, yeah, she fake dates her ex's biggest rival. And then I think, you know, she actually falls in love with him. But it says he's the last person I should fall for, but it might just be too late. And I loved it because, like, the cover is so sweet and cute. And then it has, like, the little number jersey 19 on the side. And that's the day of my birthday. And that was always the jerseys I had when I played sports in high school. So I was like, oh, that's so much fun. So, and I love hockey romance. So I'm just going to get as many different ones as I possibly. Next up, I got Wayward. I've been looking at Wayward for so long and I just haven't picked it up. I don't know why. So this front says, they call us witches, we call ourselves Wayward. So first of all, I'm obsessed with this cover. It's so cottagecore and witchy and just gives a lot of like natural, you know, nature vibes. So I know there's 3 different years that they kind of go through, I guess. I know there's magic, there's a cottage, and there's 3 different years. So there's 16, 19, and one of the girls is awaiting trial for a murder, and again, she has magic, and they're trying to find like evidence for like witchcraft that they believe they have. And then there's 1942, which happens during World War II. So she's also trying to figure out like the secrets of her family. She has a locket with the initial W on it, and the word Wayward scratched into the baseboard of her bedroom. And then in 2019, this woman, Kate, flees to the Wayward cottage inherited from a great aunt, and she begins to suspect that there is a secret, that there's something hidden ever since like the 17th century, which is who we begin the story, or the farthest back the story goes. So it says, weaving together the stories of 3 extraordinary women across 5 centuries, Wayward is an enthralling novel of female resilience and the transformative power of the natural world. So I'm really excited for that. I love witchy vibes. This might be a summer book. This might be a book I wait to read until autumn. So we'll see. But I love that. I'm so happy I finally got that one. Then I got Lore of the Wilds. I've been seeing this everywhere. And I know that the author of this is like her debut novel. And then I flipped over the back. Look how beautiful those mushrooms are, and the lunar moth. And it says, an abandoned library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who will do anything to get in, a brave human woman, a collector of stories willing to risk it all for a taste of knowledge and power. So that's all I needed to hear was an abandoned library. And everybody on the cover is just so gorgeous. I see like magic, a beautiful book, you know, again, like with the wilderness and like witchy vibes. And it's a romantasy. It's 2 handsome fae and 1 human woman. So that's very exciting. And it seems pretty short. So it seems like it'll be a nice, quick romantasy read, which is very exciting. Then I got Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've been wanting to get this one because I know it's a sports romance, but I could only find like the original really awful cover with like the football on it, and I like this cover a lot more. The color scheme's really pretty, and it doesn't have a weird football on it, even though I know it's a football romance, but it's okay. So it says, her brother's best friend broke her heart, but what happens when his new teammate wants to put it back together? So it says, they say first love lasts forever. Aria's about to find out if that's really true. They're both in college, it seems like, and I think they just start out as a friendship. But I've heard it's so good. And she has, if I like this one, I'm excited because she has so many other books. I always love when an author has a lot of books for me to read. That one will be exciting. And then this one I've been looking at for a while too, another hockey romance. Are we surprised? No. Canadian Boyfriend. The cover makes me laugh because it says he's not fake, he's Canadian. And that really makes me laugh so hard. And then again, the cover is just so cute. He's obviously a hockey player, and I think she's a ballerina. And Abby Jimenez said a heartwarming, healing rom-com. So we love to hear that from the queen. So it says, fate brings together a ballet teacher and a hockey player in this big-hearted novel by the best-selling author Entertainment Weekly calls Master of Witty Banter. That's true. I'm very excited. I have never read anything by this person. Oh, she saw him at the Mall of America, and he's from Canada, and she uses him as like a fake secret Canadian boyfriend. So like just in random situations, she'll be like, oh no, I have like a Canadian boyfriend. Like for example, it says, I can't go to prom, I'm going to be visiting my boyfriend in Canada. And she thought she'd never see him again. Oh, he has a daughter. So he brings her daughter to her ballet class, and she's like, oh, this is awkward. And then they have a friendship, and then I believe they fall in love, which is so exciting. So it's gonna be like single parent, kind of fake dating, not really. I think I'm gonna like this one a lot. Then I got the Hemlock Queen. I have the Foxglove King somewhere behind me, but I was like, you know what, let's just get ready to read this one. And the cover is obviously stunning. And then it has this pretty design on the naked hardback, and I believe it matches my Foxglove King book. I'm not going to read the synopsis of this since it is the second part. I have not read the first part yet, but now we're ready to go with that, which is exciting. Then I got A Promise of Paradot. This is the second one to A Dawn of Onyx, which I just bought the other day, so I was like, let's get this one, because it just came out, and it was, you know, buy one, get one 50% off. So this is going to be a trilogy. I don't know when the third one's coming out, or if it is already out, but it's just not, no. I don't know when the third one's coming out. Again, it's such a pretty cover with the sword, and it looks like really pretty greenery and flowers. But I've heard this one's really good. I know I think it was on Kindle. It might be on Kindle Unlimited. I know they were like indie published and then they got picked up. Exciting. Then I got Dark Water Daughter. It is book 1 of the winter series, or the winter, oh my god, hear me? The winter series, book 1 of the Winter Sea. All I know is that this is kind of like a mermaidy, piratey romance type deal. So she is a storm singer. So she's basically kind of like a siren. I think that's kind of what that means. And she's serving a pirate lord currently. And then there's also a disgraced naval officer. It says, finally, driven into the eternal ice at the limits of their world, Mary and Samuel must choose their loyalties and battle forces older and more powerful than the pirates who would make them slaves. So this is going to be really exciting. This is going to be good for like kind of like now, maybe a little bit warmer summer vibes, because that's when I get fully into my pirate era, which I have a lot of books lined up for. Yeah. We love a good map. Cover is also very pretty. Definitely gives pirate sea vibes. That's it for this bag. Then, this one had also been catching my eye. Sometimes it's found in the romance section, sometimes it's found in the fantasy section, but it is A Feather So Black. It is... I know there's romance in it. Rachel Gillig put a little review thingy on the front, which she wrote One Dark Window, which I started but didn't finish yet because, you know me, I'm a mood reader. And then also the author of the Hurricane Wars said it was really good, and I've heard that one's a really good book as well. So, in a kingdom where magic has been lost, Fia is a rare changeling left behind by the wicked fair folk when they stole the High Queen's daughter, Ayala, and retreated behind the locked gates of the folk realm. Rather than leave Fia an outcast, the queen takes her in and trains her to be a spy. And it says, soon Fia begins to question the truth of her origins and the reality of her mission, but time is running out to break Ayala's curse, and unraveling the secrets of the past might destroy everything Fia has come to love. So, I think she's gonna fall in love with Prince Rogan, who is a childhood friend of hers, and is also the Princess Ayala's betrothed. Gonna have a romance between them. I think this is gonna be interesting. So I think it's gonna fall into the category of, you know, romantasy. Maybe a little heavier on the romance, but I'm not sure. But I love anything that is like with a changeling. I find that kind of like fairy lore so interesting because it is some of the more like classic fairy lore. Oh, the saga, the Winx saga? The Winx saga, that's like with the changeling and everything too, and I love that show. And I think they were books when I was little as well. And maybe even like a little show with fairies when I was little as well, but yeah, I'm really excited for that. Anything with fairies. And then my friend got me a Jojo Moyes book, which I don't have one yet. So Someone Else's Shoes. I know she does Me Before You as well. I'm really excited for this because I think it's romance, but I think it's also kind of like lit fic, where it's going to encompass like women and, you know, their friendships and their life more as well. So she is a globe-trotting wealthy wife, but her husband is now divorcing her. So now she basically has nothing. She just kind of finds her confidence, and she realizes that something must change and that she has to do something to keep her family afloat. Because she doesn't have all that money and that glamorous life anymore. So I think it's going to be like a redefining story for a woman as well, which is going to be really interesting because it's different from what I normally read, but I'm really excited. And I love this red and blue together, and then this like darker kind of blue side. It's just a really pretty book. She also got me a Crown of Ivy and Glass, which I have been looking at for so long. I always am like enamored by this cover. It's just so gorgeous. It's a little shiny, and there's a beautiful crown on the front with foliage. And this is also the author of Furyborn. I think I have that book. I don't know. But that's her YA series, is Furyborn. So it says, Lady Gemma Ashbourne seemingly has it all. She lives in a family that has a lot of magic, but she doesn't have any magic. She's ill. She's gonna fall in love with someone. And I think there's going to be something that's awakened in her, like a really strong true power, and that's why she has no magic in the beginning. So it sounds really good. And it's really pretty. There's art in the front, which is, I always, oh gosh, goodness gracious. I always love that. Look how pretty that is. It looks so cute. And this is also book 1 of a series, the Middle Mist trilogy. And I think the second one comes out in September, so I'm really excited to read this. Hopefully I love it, and then I can read the second one in September. Then this is different for me too. As you can see, I've been like looking for different stuff to read. Ever since I read A Little Life, I'm like, oh, I really do love like reading all different kinds of things. So, why don't I try some different stuff? So I got As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. I'm pretty sure I've seen quotes from this and some art that is just gorgeous. And it says, "This is my land, and just like the lemon trees that have been growing here for centuries, spilled blood won't stop us." So there is a woman, and she's a pharmacy student, but I believe there's a war that broke out in Syria, which is where she lives. And I think she's just learning how to survive this war, and she's trying to figure out like her loyalty to her country, how she's gonna survive. Yeah, she's just trying to figure out life during a war. And this cover is just absolutely gorgeous. The colors are beautiful, and the inside is also beautiful. There's like lemons everywhere. Like, look at how cute the little lemons are on the top too. And then I open up the front, and this quote's beautiful. It says, "Every lemon will bring forth a child, and the lemons will never die out." And it's also written in another language, so I just thought that was beautiful. So I think this is just going to be another kind of like, not coming of age story, but maybe, because it was found in the YA, and I don't know how old she is actually, but I think it's going to be like a coming of age story, and her just trying to understand war and trying to understand what is going on with her country and her loyalty to her country as well. So that just sounded very different, and like it's going to be beautiful and very emotional, which I love sometimes. And then my husband ordered me this off of Amazon. It's Brutal Obsession. It is the Hockey Gods. I think it's the Hockey Gods series. It says he's a hockey god and she's the one who got in his way. And she's a ballerina also. I don't know what it is with hockey players and ballerinas. Is that like a real life thing? I need to know. Someone must tell me if that's like a real life thing. I had a foolproof plan. Finish college playing the best sport on earth, hockey, get drafted by an NHL team, make my senator father at least a little proud of me. Oh, but apparently he spends a night in jail. Everything falls apart. New school, new hockey team, a resentment for the girl who sent him off course, which is Violet. Lucky for me, she attends this new school of mine, and there are 1,000 ways to ruin her. So it's definitely going to be enemies to lovers and hockey romance. How much better can you get? Well, there's a lot of trigger warnings. Oh man, it might be a bully romance. Ugh. I'm gonna have to see how I do with this one. Maybe we'll read it together. I don't love bully romances normally, but we shall see. Maybe it'll be really good. We'll see. Then one of my lovely BFFs, my Mamie twin, she sent me a book. We send each other books for our birthdays. If you're watching this, Jenna, I love you. She sent me the Paradot. I'm so excited. I've been wanting this for so long. When I opened it and I saw she sent it to me, I was literally crying. This is the Darkverse series by Runix, and I believe it's Mafia. If I'm wrong, someone correct me. Yes, Mafia, you know. This is Tristan and Morana, and I have no idea what happens. Does she have chapter? She has chapter names. I love that. And this book is so floppy and gorgeous. And it's gigantic. I love a gigantic paperback that's floppy. Y'all know that. That's like my love for Binding 13 and how floppy it is. Then I got a little turn from the dark romance we just went over. I got Expiration Dates by Rebecca Serle. Serle? I don't know. But I've also been seeing this one everywhere, and I was like, oh, I don't know, am I gonna like it? There's these cute little like pieces of paper inside, so that goes with like the idea of the story. So there's this woman, Daphne, and every time she like meets a new person and she's going to date them, she gets a paper with his name and a number on it. and it's the exact amount of time that they'll be together. So like 3 days or 6 months or 4 days or whatever. But she goes on a date with this man, Jake, and she has the paper and it only says his name on it. So she doesn't know if like he's meant to be, if they're going to be together forever, whatever. So we have to see their story unfold in this, which is really exciting. And it's a really short book. I think it's only like 250 pages. And I also want to read her other book, In 5 Years, because that one also sounds really good. It's just she comes up with really creative concepts for like romance and like love, basically. Really unique circumstances, which I love. Then I got Empire of the Damned. I have Empire of the Vampire. Have I read it yet? No. When will I read it? I don't know, because it is a chunker. This is also a chunker. I'm just always obsessed with the art in these books. It's like full color, just absolutely beautiful. I know this is like a grimdark kind of story, like it's where it's just dark and gritty, but I know Empire of the Vampire is absolutely amazing and I just need to read it. I just need to read it, but this thing is also, this one's not as massive as Empire of the Vampire, which is somewhere possibly behind me. I don't know where it is. But that one is gigantic and I just need to read it. I just need to do it. Someone make me read Empire of the Vampire, because I love vampires. And those are like this is like a really nitty gritty, like dark kind of vampire, which I really enjoy. Oh, these piles are really not liking me right now. They're like gonna fall over. Another hockey romance. This is number 3 of my haul. 4? 4. This is number 4. I have a problem. Icebreaker. I bought Wildfire. I never bought Icebreaker because I heard it wasn't that good. But I wanted to give it a try for myself because I love the way the characters look on the front. Like, she just looks absolutely adorable. And I think I was watching someone's video and they said it was like, he's a hockey player, she's obviously an ice skater, and I think she's trying to go to the Olympics, but something happens with her partner. So then she tries to like team up with him, who's a hockey player, and maybe go to the Olympics or something like that. Oh, but they don't like each other. Okay, so enemies to lovers. They are like forced proximity because they need to be like partners for the ice skating. Oh, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I think it's dual POV. That's good. That's always good. I love a dual POV. Then I got Indigo Ridge. I believe this is kind of cowboy. I know that there's like, what is my brain trying to think of? I think there's a murder case in this. That's why I picked it up, because again, murder subplot in a romance always get me. It says it's small town, enemies to lovers. The woman's the chief of police. We love that. The setting is in Montana. Oh, she has a one-night stand with Griffin Eden, and then a woman is found dead on his property, and then they have to cross paths again. As clues to the murder lead to one of Quincy's own, Griffin realizes Winslow is more than he gave her credit for. Beautiful and intelligent, she proves hard to resist for him. She proves hard to resist for him and the killer. Oh, I hate these stupid stickers that they don't come off as seen on TikTok. I don't care where it's seen. I just want to read it. I know this is also a series, but I've heard Devney Perry's books kind of like get a little monotonous, but maybe we just will read it every here and there. This will be my first Devney Perry book though, which is very interesting because my friends always tell me to read it. And then, Stolen Heir. I'm reading Brutal Prince right now. I'm hoping to finish it either tonight or soon, so I can give you guys a little update on that. But yeah, this is Nessa's book, and she gets abducted, possibly by the Polish Mafia, which I'll be excited if they bring the Polish Mafia into this. I'm obsessed with these covers. The first one's got like little strawberries. Now this one, I think she's a dancer. So she's like a dancer, and she's obviously, she gets abducted, so she's got like handcuffs on. And Nessa seems like such a cute little character. I love her so far in Brutal Prince. Then I ordered some books on Amazon that aren't here yet, so I'll let you guys know what those are. I got God of Malice by Rena Kent. I needed a good dark romance, and it sounded so good. Okay, so it says, I caught the attention of a monster. I didn't ask for it. Didn't even see it coming, but the moment I do, it's too late. Killian Carson is a predator wrapped in sophisticated charm. He's cold-blooded, manipulative, and savage. The worst part is that no one sees his devil side. I do, and that will cost me everything. I run, but the thing about monsters, they always chase. Ah, it sounds so so good. Again, check the trigger warnings for this one because it is a dark romance if you do want to read it. Then I got some more. Don't judge me. I got Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eriu. I might have said her last name wrong. I'm so sorry if I did. I just know that it gives celestial vibes, magic, romance, mythology. Very excited for that. Then I got Home Run Proposal by Maren Moore, which I'm so excited for. The cover is just so beautiful. I just love the pink and the little like baseball gloves and bats and the baseballs. I know obviously it's a baseball romance. I got The Curse of Ophelia by Nicole Latania. Adult fantasy romance, Greek mythology, love, a deadly curse. Then I got The Crown of Oaths and Curses by Jay Bree. Some of you may know that I have read the first kind of 3. I read the first 2 and I read like most of the third one in Jay Bree's The Bonds That Tie series. So I wanted to give some of her more like fantasy books a try, I guess, because The Bonds That Tie is more of like a paranormal romance. But this one is the Mortal Fates series. I devoted my life to a king who is not my own. There's a war between fae and witches. My destiny is clear. Help the prince defeat its enemies before it's too late. One small problem. I am Rooksbane Evening Star, the favored child returned, a witch of the woods, the greatest enemy of my fate's blessed mate. So obviously you can see it's going to be like enemies to lovers. I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited to read this one when it comes. Then I got Drive Me Crazy by Harley Robin. I am obsessed with this because the guy on the front cover looks like Carlos Sainz, and for my F1 girlies, y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's an F1 romance. I'm really excited. I've heard this one's really good and I love an F1 romance. And then this is the one I'm really excited for, is The Ever King. So it's another pirate book that I'm ordering. This one sounds so good. It's the Everseas series. It says, they stole his crown, so he stole their daughter. So welcome to the passionate world of the Ever Kingdom, where pirates, sirens, and fae collide with Vikings in a dark fantasy romance between a villain and the innocent princess who holds his heart. Oh, tell me that doesn't sound so amazing. That's so many of the things that I like in one book. I cannot wait. And then like there's like popular highlighted things from this book because it's also on Kindle Unlimited. I am in your hands, I am at your command, for you have made me love you, and you will be my destruction because of it. Tell me that's not amazing. I'm obsessed. So let's do a total count of how many books I got. So I think I got 34 books total. That was gifted to me and I bought them. So now I am going officially on a book buying ban, except for like if I'm reading a series, like let's say I read Stolen Air and then I want to get the next one, I can go and get it, but I'm not going to go on these gigantic unnecessary getting random books book shopping adventures anymore. So we're gonna be tackling my TBR now. I am gonna get like some of the new releases. Like next week I'm gonna go and get Emily Henry's Funny Story, and then you know when Ali Hazelwood's book comes out I'm gonna go and get that. So yeah, but I'm officially on a book buying ban. I think I have so many. Pretty sure I'm at like 600 books in my library, so I need to read. Let me know if you guys want like a full library book tour, or a full library tour / going through every book I own. That would probably be like a million-year-long video, but if you guys want it, I will absolutely do it. I would love to show you what I have. As always, thank you for watching. If you're still watching, let me know which of these you have read. Let me know which of these you want to read. Don't know what to say? Then you can leave me a little car emoji. No, actually, leave me a little hockey stick emoji because of the 4 hockey romances I bought. That's so many. Thank you guys for watching as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!